At this moment, Gangdon was chatting with his sister's boyfriend when he suddenly heard his girlfriend scream from afar. Gangdon rushed into the jungle to find her. Meanwhile, the old professor and the police officer found his sister, Jindan-mei. They discovered Gangdon's sunglasses next to a female corpse, suspecting him of foul play. Jindan-mei didn't believe her brother would harm anyone and hurried into the jungle with her boyfriend to find him. However, Jindan-mei was kidnapped by a man in black halfway. Meanwhile, Gangdon found his girlfriend's body. The officer's men caught up with him. Jindan-mei's boyfriend suddenly grabbed a weapon from an officer, trying to protect Gangdon, but was shot by another officer. Gangdon, furious at the loss of his companions, spat phlegm at an officer's face, causing him to collapse instantly. Gangdon seemed invincible, healing instantly from wounds. After dealing with everyone, he swiftly left. Later, the professor and police arrived at the scene, having suspected Gangdon was parasitized by a strange bug. They used salt to clean up the remaining larvae. Elsewhere, the man in black took Jindan-mei to a lab. He removed his hat, revealing himself as her deceased uncle. From his mouth, Jindan-mei learned a shocking secret. The old man pulled a parasitic bug from his face, using it to scare his niece. The floor was covered with these bugs. Knowing his time was short, he forced her to hand over the antidote her mother left. It turned out to be his trap all along. He tricked Jindan-mei to the island to get the antidote to control the parasites. After the failed experiment years ago, Jindan's mother developed an antidote, but the uncle wanted to use it to continue the experiments. When she refused, he killed her. He continued the experiment secretly but was recently parasitized himself. He needed the antidote to survive. Jindan-mei seized the chance to escape, locking him inside the lab, and contacted the outside with a walkie-talkie. The police quickly arrived at the lab. They were no match for the uncle. Luckily, Jindan-mei splashed a basin of salt water on him, neutralizing the threat. Many bugs fled the lab, and they drove away quickly. On the way, they found a car with a baby inside, whose mother had been killed by the bugs. To save the baby, Jindan-mei was attacked by a bug but quickly removed it and rushed to the pier with the baby. Just as they were about to start the yacht and leave the island, the parasitized Gangdon suddenly appeared and bit the officer to death. The surrounding seawater stopped Gangdon in his tracks. He pleaded with his sister to take him along, but for the sake of humanity on land, Jindan-mei resolutely left. Unexpectedly, she sneezed, and her hand was covered in larvae. She had been infected while saving the baby. In despair, Jindan-mei remembered her mother had hidden the antidote in a doll. She watched as nearby boats slowly approached. To prevent the parasites from spreading, she placed the doll next to the baby and jumped into the sea, ending her life. 6 months later, in a Seoul jewelry shop, a pearl ring processed from the island suddenly cracked, and a bug crawled out. A new disaster was about to sweep across Korea.